Hey, so just making a quick video on the dollar yen. Uh, Another video. I made one yesterday about a long from either 114.95 to 115.15. Uh, as high, targeting as high as 116, but I said in the video, don't hold your breath out for that in one go. And I closed my profit once. A good measure of when to close a trade is if you based on like basically like 40 to 50 pip moves or up to 60 pip moves. So when you see a move like that, um, this is where I closed it out. Once I saw that this is basically a 50 pip move, and once I started struggling, I closed it out. But now that uh, this is obviously volume, very low volume trading. This is New York afternoon. Kind of traded down into early Asia, and it's kind of been doing this. But actually, what you are getting on Trump inauguration day is actual possibility where you can have this break back above this descending trend line, where this is, and based on lower lows, and then a higher high for the first time, breaking this high, and that's going to bring in people to higher low it, which you just got, and now you got another higher high. Now this is 115 psych level and central pivot point and this trend line resistance, um, but that is going to invite because this was broken yesterday, a lot of people coming in. Now it's not as and now the dollar yen has turned bullish for me because this high was broken again. That doesn't mean it can't drop more before doing that, but it doesn't mean that I have to wait for that because very likely I think there's going to be one attempt to break back into the channel at least, and that's tradable because it'll be more than I think more than 40 pips. So I actually took an entry while I was talking, or just before I would start talking, in the low 114.80s, and you see that reaction. Why was I expecting that? Because I have a higher high here, and what is this? This is between the 382 and 50%, and this roll reversal. This is where I would expect people to come in long. Now this is a bit of resistance, but basically, if this high breaks, I'll have much more confidence in that happening. But the euro hasn't quite turned bearish because it did not break on this euro this major low, which needed to happen. But I think it is going more likely than not going to do that soon. So so yeah, that's it. Again, on a long-term basis, I do think this dollar yen is in a very long uptrend, and you had the first major drop from about 600 pips, but now what you've had is um, sorry on this 4-hour chart you have a break of this high, which basically changed the downtrend situation, and so I'm basically looking only for longs, and that's it. And if you watched the video I made yesterday, I posted that obvious one that occurred, uh, and then I think this one is a pretty nice trade situation as well. Um, and I know there is the risk of it being like a Trump inauguration, but I'll be fine so long as I get out before he starts talking. And then I don't really think he's gonna say anything that crazy in an inauguration speech anyway. I don't think it's kind of one of those days where he's gonna say he's gonna like do some crazy stuff. So, but because it is more of a celebration day for him, and so that is what I'm looking at. I would much rather long the dollar yen than short the euro, and so that is what I'm looking for right now, to have happen. Now, where is my stop going to be? I would probably have a 30 pip stop just below this low. But what I'm gonna do is if this gets back up to this high and comes back down, and doesn't break it, I'll very likely move my stop to break even, so I don't really lose anything. Okay, so if this gets to 115.03 or something and can't break it double tops, then I'll just have stop at break even. But if this declines further, the earliest possible place would be below this low at 114. Put myself at like 114.62, and then beyond that here. But we'll see what happens. But this is it's one of those things where I'm not looking for any like to be trading massively or anything like that. This is the dollar yen is basically the only trade I took yesterday, and it made money. And this trade is maybe the only opportunity I get today, because once Trump starts speaking, I'm not going to be interested. Anyway, you're seeing some green here. You're seeing price start to take off. You see the red here from this euro. The pound is also dropping. Pound partially because of retail news, but it's having a lot of follow through. And so, there are a lot of people who are thinking something similar to what I'm thinking, which is what I want. And we'll see how this plays out. So anyway, good luck for today, and have a good weekend.